Hello, hello, hello. This is Helen Thomas and the CDFM study group. All right, let us continue review of CDFM Module 4, Competency number 5, Human Systems Integration. So this is a continuation of the process. So the last video, we looked at sustaining the equipment. Now we have to think of, as they're developing the equipment, they must also consider how to integrate that human being into that equipment. So what does that mean? So if you're putting a soldier into aircraft or a soldier into a Humvee vehicle, what are the safety considerations that we must have in place to protect that soldier if that equipment is attacked? So who again is responsible for coming up with that human systems integration plan? The program manager. That is correct. All right, so on page 451, it talks about in that paragraph, program managers should use the elements of human systems integration to design and develop a system that will be effective and also be affordable, but also protect our human beings, our warfighters. So what's important for you to know, human systems integration planning is summarized in the acquisition strategy. So remember, pre-systems acquisition or pre-acquisition was material solution analysis, milestone A, and technology development. Acquisition strategy began in milestone B. So as it says so there's a lot going on in milestone B. The sustainment plan must be done. Now you must also have that human systems integration plan summarized in the acquisition strategy for and the systems integration plan. So it's two documents that it must be. So that's important for you to know. Wink, wink, right? Because again, that's the purpose of this exam, for you to know what's happening at each phase. HSI is done in the acquisition strategy. When you come up with that, and I think acquisition strategy must be prepared starting in milestone 8, but we'll come up on it again. And systems engineering plan is also updated. Page 452 talks about, okay, well, what type of human personnel will be required in this document? So we need our target audience description. That's the TAD, and it's listed there. So this target audience description identifies the type of skills, capability, physical, are they gonna have to be able to lift, or is it a certain age group? So the capability of that individual is listed in the TAD. That's the second paragraph on the personnel. You got manpower personnel, then it goes into the types of training they need. And the top of page 453 in that first paragraph, it says both, yeah, I might need to put the glasses on. Right, let me see. Both the sponsor and the program manager should give careful consideration and priority to the use of embedded training. So what is that talking about? Is the best type of training that will work to make sure that it actually supports the human systems integration when you're testing, is to actually embed the training into the development of that equipment. So embedded training is your keyword there. So you're considering all the security, all the safety factors of including the human being into that equipment. So I think, let me see, habitability. All right, so I'm starting on page 454. You have environmental safety considerations, then they go into habitability, those living and working conditions that are necessary to sustain morale welfare. If you put an individual into a vehicle that you're developing, well, do you have air conditioning? Because if you send them into a extremely hot environment and that equipment doesn't have any air conditioner, may not improve your morale, and people may become heat casualties. So all of those things, habitability is all those considerations. All right, let's see. This other part of human systems integration talks about the program manager shall employ human factors engineering systems, suitability, survivability. So you're going to need to know what's the difference. So in the first paragraph, under introduction, it talks about, if you read through it, suitability, meaning they can live in it safely, minimal environmental and occupational hazards, and survive. They can survive for both the crew and the equipment, the survivability of that equipment. If that equipment gets attacked and you put a soldier in it, with the how what are the chances that equipment will survive, and what are the chances that the human being would survive? So suitability versus survivability. Let me highlight those. So page 457, the program manager on the integration should integrate the system requirements for the 8 HSI domains on chapter 5.1, which is what we looked at earlier, all the different domains. So let me go back because I don't think I pointed out all of them out. Human systems integration domains, manpower, personnel training, human factors engineering, personnel survivability, environmental safety, and occupational health and habitability. Those are the 8. So page 452 to 454. So that's what they're addressing on this page. So program manager, again, must integrate all of those key factors. A repeat on page 459 under the summary, the key to a successful integration of your human support strategy is integration. So an integrated product and process development and integrated product team. So those are like working groups. So you not only have individual working groups, then you have integrated where each one have their own individual parts of that equipment. And then you have an integrated meeting or working group where once you put all the parts together, they can all communicate to make sure that that item is developed and it meets all the required standards. So that is human systems integration. So the main part of this one is making sure that the program manager incorporates all those domains, which is 8 domains for human, and is considered prior to is summarized in the acquisition strategy. So that's probably at milestone. I think after milestone A is the acquisition strategy, how you're going to actually do it, and then systems engineering plan before you actually start developing the items. All right. So again, this is Helen Thomas and the CDFM study group. If you have not already subscribed to our YouTube page, please consider to do so. That allows YouTube to promote these videos so that as others are studying for the CDFM, they will have a better opportunity to find these videos. Thank you for stopping by. This is Helen Thomas and the CDFM study group. I'll see you guys again next time.